What's up, Buttercup? I'm Pam Barnes, marketing expert,
And I'm Hannah Cox, business strategist,
and this is the Go Getter Gals podcast.
where everyday gals grow together and you'll find resources to help you grow personally and professionally.
Hello, everybody. Again, Pam Barnes here, and I am interviewing this lovely lady. Could you say how you say your first name? Is it
Christian.
Kristen?
It's
Christian.
Christian.
I'm interviewing Miss Christian, and I have known her for years. I've always called her Kristen, though, and I knew it wasn't right. So I wanted you to say it. I've known this lovely lady for years, and she has been one of the key women in my life. And I adore her to pieces. And we're actually Navy gals. She was in the Navy and I was in the Navy. She went way further than I did in the Navy. But anyways, it's going to be super fun. I can't wait for you to get to know this lovely human being. So, Christian,
Yes.
who are you?
That is a deeper question than I had thought of when I first read that. And basic background would be I was born in Cape May, New Jersey, grew up in upstate New York near Lake Ontario, and I'm married to my wonderful husband. Next year will be our 30th anniversary. So if you have
Woo!
any suggestions on where to go, I'm trying to talk him into some magnificent destination. He's not a travel guy,
Ooh,
but
got it.
we have 3 adult children, 2 of which I homeschooled once we moved to Tennessee in 2012. Now, for the more philosophical, who is Christian, for a long time, it was my career. I identified by what I did and how successful I was and what I achieved, and, um, I was I spent a lot of my life, uh, trying to cross a line that somebody told me not to.
I
That
love
little
that.
bit of rebellion, and, so now, instead of doing that, I try to use my type A tendencies to problem solve or plan and use my powers for good instead of evil. Um, I am a woman of faith, but I have not always been, and a lot of life has happened to kind of help me evaluate my character and the kind of person that I ultimately want to be. And so I choose now to try and be more Christ-like in how I treat people, and
Mm.
definitely a work in progress.
I can relate to that. Being in the military, you are quite rigid of a human being, and you kinda
Mhm.
have to be, right? You
It's
just kinda
trained
have
into
to
you.
be.
Mhm.
And how high up rank did you get?
I was an E7 or a chief petty officer.
Yes. So once you get into that realm, it's a whole 'nother world.
Being
For
bossy is encouraged, and it is a natural
Yes.
gifting, so I did well.
Yes. So, for the listeners that are listening, what she means by the shift of from good to evil, it's not necessarily military is evil, but you have to be that, like, rough kind of personality, and you gotta boss people around kinda thing. I never met that part of Christian. I met the sweet, understanding, very calm and collected person. So, you're definitely succeeding at that. Gosh, how
Thank
long have
you.
we known each other?
Oh gosh,
Trying to
more
think.
than 5 years.
I feel like that's
It's
right.
been long.
Yeah.
Maybe right around there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, at least for the past 5 years, you have definitely
before COVID.
been. Yes, it was
BC,
before
before
COVID.
COVID. Mhm.
Right, right, right. So anyways, I love that you shared that journey of being the person, a different person, a person that you want to be. Changing through life, it's part of our journey. We decide
Yep.
who we are, and being who we are connected to what we do is very popular, and a lot of people do that. And I love that you shared that you're choosing to be more of a spiritual and, maybe emotion driven. I don't know. You can use your own words on that, but
Yeah.
instead of my job.
Mhm. I think especially in the military and being a woman, I was in a field that was not, uh it was male dominated. I was in
Mm.
a engineering medical field. I was a biomedical engineering technician, so I fixed medical and dental
Mm.
equipment. But there weren't a lot of women, and I always felt that I had to not just prove that I could do my job, but do it better than everybody else around. So I was very, very driven, and I got to a real point where I just didn't like who I was, and I didn't wanna be that way anymore.
Yep. I bet there are many listeners that can relate to that sentence because we all have those parts in our lives. There's points, those tipping points. I always call them tipping points.
Yeah.
Um, where we're like, this is not who I want to be. I am
Yeah.
not happy. What can I change? What can I fix? What can I transition? That's better, transition. Kind of thing. Because I feel like the world wants to change us and wants to put us in this box because we're defining creatures, because we always want to make sure you like what we like, what we don't like, and kind of thing. But that can be a negative when we push too much and we start defining other people outside of what they see as their own definition, which is, yeah, scary thing. Okay, well, let's just dive right in and get some more going. Here's a
Sure.
really interesting question.
Yeah.
What's a struggle you didn't expect to relate with other women?
Yeah. Self-confidence. Um,
Mm.
Things like cultural pressure, negative internal speak, comparison with others. Oh, it has been a long obstacle to my sense healthy sense of worth, if you will. I have struggled constantly with feeling not good enough, and part of that was Navy, part of that has been other things where I see other women doing these amazing things, and I'm like, "Wow, they're they're amazing. I wanna be like that." And I see lots of other women do the same thing. They see what they don't like about themselves and what they like about other amazing women. And I find it has always been so much easier to encourage others when I see it than it is to encourage myself for the same reasons.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is so beautiful. You're correct. I mean, we all have those moments in our lives where we're looking at somebody. We literally did a podcast on this, like on comparing.
Yeah,
And
it's a
and
thief of
it's like,
joy.
oh, it really is. It really, really is because someone else's successes, why can't they be your successes too? Why can't they be your fuel instead of your your drainer, I can't get my words this morning, but it's really important. And I love that you shared that because it is true. My daughter, who is 10 years old, said to me in the back seat of the car 2 days ago,
Yeah.
Mama, I think I might actually be fat. And I was like, what? What? I'm like, where did you hear that? And I like had a full come apart.
Mhm.
But it's the comparing. And she said, well, kids at school, really popular kids at school, picked on her and told her that she was fat. And I'm like, boo.
Right. Mama bear comes out.
Oh, mama bear comes out. But again, and it didn't matter what all I said. She had defined that in herself. And it's like, oh my goodness. So that is a true struggle of your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And I love that you shared that. And you are correct. We all need to come together and point out the things that we need to talk about it. We don't need to put it deep, deep down and put it in a box and hide it because you're not addressing it at that point. But at least have people around you in your world and influences, not just people, but influences
Yeah.
of people that are doing amazing things that are reminding you that you are amazing and that you are capable of great things.
And I've also noted that just because we notice their successes or the things that we'll see on social media, we don't see what their struggles are because everybody has the struggles. It's just we don't know we don't see them because we don't want other people to see what we perceive as negative in our life. So we put on the best foot forward, the best face forward, the prettiest filter. I'm not
Mhm.
filtered today.
I think you're beautiful. I've always thought
Aw,
you were very beautiful,
you
inside
as
and
well.
out. Thank you. Thank you. And I love that you brought that up. That's very, very important to really just put in those when women are succeeding and doing great things, again, to reaffirm that it it doesn't mean you can't,
Right.
and it doesn't mean that you're not. So, oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. Here's a fun one. What is a risk you took that helped you grow?
This I'm gonna turn back time again to joining the Navy, enlisting in the Navy.
Mhm.
When I graduated high school, stop me if anyone has never felt this way, I did not know what I wanted to be when I grew up, but I went ahead and started college anyway because that
Mhm.
was what we were supposed to do, and I was at SUNY Maritime, State University of New York Maritime College, which is a pathway to the Merchant Marines. So they are kind of like the business shipping. They take all of the military stuff around to them. You know, they're the
Mhm.
cargo ships of the military, and they drive things all the way around so that they're close by if needed in a conflict. So that was one that I was accepted to, went to school in the Bronx, where it's located. A lot of fun, you know, skinny redhead. I stood out a little bit. You know, during that time, it operates very much like a military academy, and so there was a lot of hazing. The junior class, was in charge of the freshman class, and so we would get up, not voluntarily in the middle of the night and run around in the rain with rifles over our head and, you know, all sorts of reindeer games. And I
Yep.
got really sick. You know, that freshman year, I learned that I was allergic to 3 antibiotics. So, um,
Oh, wow.
before the end of the year, I just, you know, decided really, and this was my pivotal aha moment. If I'm going to be treated like a recruit and made to do all these shenanigans, why am I paying $30,000 a year for that privilege? And
Mhm.
so, I've always really that specific moment, I decided I'm gonna stop the college and I'm going to enlist instead. And that point forward, my life was going to be what I made of it. What I put into it is what I was gonna get out, and it wouldn't be anyone's fault except my own. I went to college because it was expected of me, and this was my first real independent grown-up decision that this was gonna be what I made of it, and that has held true since then.
Wow. That's good. How old were you when you made that decision?
19.
Ooh,
Uh-huh.
that's yeah. I was 20 I was 20 when I made that decision. Yeah, that hit home. I started tearing up on that one because
Oh,
I can relate to that one.
you know, as a chief, we do make people cry in the Navy, so I haven't lost my touch.
That's good.
So, thanks for that.
I brought you back, didn't I?
You did, but in a fun way.
For sure, for sure. I love that. I love that. For the listeners out there, if there is a decision on your mind that you are here's another thing I'm gonna add to that in a second. But that you wanna decide on your own and you're not sure if it's the best move for you, then I challenge you to go back and listen to that. Because if it's something that's really important to you and something that you really want to do, I really challenge you to do that. Here's a question I'm gonna ask on top of this to kinda
Yeah.
piggyback off of what I just said. How many people supported you in that decision?
Um, I did it and then told my family because I
Ooh.
had a family who was of the opinion that people who enlisted either were trying to get out of jail or couldn't get into college.
Mm,
So I did it and then told them. And
okay.
then a week later, Desert Storm started. So it was a fun time with the family.
Okay, okay. I know when I did, um, my mom freaked out, like,
Mm.
freaked out, and told me that I wasn't thinking and that I was possibly making a very bad
Ruining your
decision, and I
life?
needed. Yeah, and take a minute. So that's kinda why I wanna ask that because I didn't know how it was because sometimes when there's something that we really wanna do and we wanna make a decision, there's a lot of
Mhm.
times where we don't have the support. We
They
don't
did
have
come
the
around,
people.
though. They couldn't be prouder now. But, at the
Yay.
time, they were, I'm sure, questioning my brain cell count, and, you know, it's a thing.
It is, and that's with any big decision that you wanna make that's gonna affect the rest of your life.
Mhm,
You're gonna have people that are not gonna support that decision.
absolutely.
Yep.
I would like to add, when you're making a big decision of any kind, you when you see something that you want, you can either find reasons to do it or excuses not to. They're both sides
Mm,
of the same coin. So, if that's something that is in your heart, you will find reasons, ways to do it. And if it's not, you can come up with all sorts of reasons why you shouldn't. So it's up to you
mhm.
in the end to make that decision. If it's important, you'll find a way to do it.
You will, most definitely, you will, and you have to decide that you're worth it
Yes,
too,
absolutely. That you can do
'cause
it,
some
you have what
mhm.
you need, or you can get the skills you need because you're smart enough, you have the ability, and you got sisters around you.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, well, let's move on to the next question. Hey, gals, if you love what you're hearing and you want to get more involved, because trust me, I love Go Getter Gals. I'm obsessed with it. If you love this podcast as much as we do, all you have to do is go on our Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and we're under Go Getter Gals. We are going to have all of our episodes on the podcast link on our website at go-gettergals.com. Thank you for allowing me to interrupt for just a second. We look forward to continuing to help you grow. Without further ado, here's the Go Getter Gals podcast. This is so good. This is so good. What is an area in life where you feel the most growth happening right now? I had to get my words.
I really wanted to have an amazing answer here. But I kind of feel like I'm in a static period. Um,
Mhm.
I, for the past couple years, have been working for a mission organization, which is called Africa Equip Ministries. I organize mission trips to Kenya. And
Okay.
but even now that is kind of in a lull. We're between things. And so what I've been focusing on is helping people at church with practical needs, like driving them to medical appointments in Nashville. I have been surprised how many people do not like to drive in Nashville. And I grew up in a city, it doesn't bother me a bit. So if anybody
Mhm.
needs a ride, give me a call. Um, I've also been helping plan events for the women's ministry at our church. So I guess if there's an area that I think I'm growing in right now, it would be um, serving others. And that's where I
Okay.
feel most useful right now
Mhm.
while I wait for the neon sign for what I'm supposed to be doing next.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And here's another thing to think about too, lovely lady. Since I've known you and being ex-military and always needing the mission in your head, I know
Yeah.
you can relate to that 110% because we've talked about it before many years ago. Um, but maybe this might be a point of rest for you. Have you ever rested before?
Um, that is the hardest thing on earth to ask me to do. Uh, in fact, I am planning a women's retreat, our church's first women's retreat, and the theme that I've chosen is sacred rest because I've been investigating this. There are 7 different types of rest, so I want to share because it spoke to me that there are different areas in our life that we might be deficient in and not we think of rest as sleep a lot of the time when it's so much more nuanced than that. And so there are ways to identify where we're falling a little short and how we can restore that and become more holistically joyful and rested. But
Mhm.
that specific question, thank you, Pam, hit home. Rest is the hardest thing for me to do because I have always had a goal, and then my immediate thought is, "Okay, what do we need to do to accomplish this?" And so it is hard for me to rest. So I think you're right. It is a period of rest that I need more work on.
Yes, yes. But I love that you're creating a retreat to give you that
Mhm.
and to be able to
Yeah, as
grow
I
in that.
learn, I'm sharing that information because 'cause I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Oh, for sure, for sure. We're so busy these days. Life is just so busy. And I hear from so many women out there. It's like, I just need a minute to breathe.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, take a minute to breathe. I'm like, but I don't have time.
My husband used to laugh at me, and he would say, "I'm allowed to do 3 things at any one time," and I am famous for combining things into categories to count as one of
Mhm.
those things. So, yeah, if
I
there's a
love
way
that.
around it, we will find it.
Yeah, yeah, I can definitely relate to that one as well too. Okay, let's just keep going.
Mhm.
What's a friendship green flag that you look for now?
Oh, I really like this question, and it is such a great perspective to think about, and I would say probably trust. Being able to have a conversation with a friend, that if we don't want to share it, they won't. Or if we disagree on something, we can still have a kind, respectful discussion over coffee. And it's okay to disagree, but and still discuss our point of views and to honor that with each other, because we are all different. We are not
Mhm.
supposed to be all the same and think the same way. But I think knowing how to honor that and still love each other is huge. And so anytime I need correction, I want that from a friend who will do it out of a place of love. And where I know that it's out of a place of love, they're not trying to tear me down, they're trying to build me up better. And so, see previous response about work in progress.
I love that you shared if somebody doesn't want to tell you something
Mhm.
that you're able to get that to have that space. I
Yeah.
remember thinking in grade school, remember when you'd be like, "Oh, I can't talk about it." And they're like, "Oh, but please tell me," or "Please tell
Oh,
me," or
yeah,
"Please
yeah.
tell me."
What
And
is
you're
it?
like,
What is it?
"Yeah, what is it? What is it? I won't say anything. I won't say anything." And then sure enough, it spread all
Don't
through the
tell
school the
anybody.
next
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. And I have done that in the past, even when I wasn't thinking. And
Mhm,
and the last thing I wanna do is hurt someone. And
mhm.
So that is something I am continually working on is communicating in a way that they need to receive, and feel heard and respected. And it's not always the way that I communicate and vice versa. So that is something new that I am learning to develop. And, I don't have to fix anybody or my friends or their situation. Sometimes just being there with them through it is enough. And that
Oh.
is so important because there are things I cannot fix. Don't tell my husband.
I won't. I can relate to that. I definitely, that's kind of a green flag for me that I didn't even realize I had, but when someone says, "Hey, I can't really talk about it," it's one of those, "Cool. Thanks for telling me. Do not tell
Yeah,
me. Like, do not tell me. I don't wanna know."
I am here if and when you need it. And just
Yes.
to let them know that they're not alone is
Yes.
is does a lot, and it
Yes, and I
doesn't
love that.
force them, you know?
Oh, yes, and I also love that you said, not trying to fix them, because as women, I have noticed a lot of women in my life, like, we are fixers, we're helpers,
Yeah,
right?
very
And
much.
I catch myself all the time with the go-getter gals, like, they tell me a problem, and then I'm already looking at ways that we can overcome it, and they're like, "No, wait a minute."
I'm just
Like
talking, just venting. Mhm.
I j I have one go-getter gal, her name's Linda, I love her to pieces. She'll say all the time when I get excited about things and I wanna help her, she's like, "Okay, we're just gonna halt right now. We're not helping, we're not fixing, we're just talking." And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am."
And I need that accountability too. You are not alone in that. Sometimes somebody they have to tell me, "Shh."
Mhm.
And that
Yeah.
is okay, and I need that. If I
Mhm.
am doing something that is not helpful in that moment, let me know, and I will totally recalibrate
Mhm.
because I wanna be their support, not another anxiety.
Yes. I love that. And for the listeners out there that are listening to this, I really want you to think about what your friendship green lights are, because a lot of times your green lights, on what you like in friendships are things that you need,
Yeah,
and they're vitally important for your, self-esteem and your livelihood of just being the best you that you possibly can be. And if you've got friends out there that are not meeting those needs, instead of cutting them off, maybe communicate.
yeah,
Communication is one of
huge.
um, biggest, I can't think of the word right now. What's the word? Contributors to losing and gaining friends. Because if you're
Mhm.
not communicating how you feel about a certain thing and just holding it in, you're
They're
going
not
to end up blowing up on them. I
yeah,
mean, I don't know anybody that hasn't.
mhm, yep,
So, yeah, I would really look into your red flag or green flags and red flags and see what you really want, and what you really need. So then that way you can start filling your circle around you of people that fit those needs. Because here's the thing, you don't get what you're not searching for. You can't
mhm.
find what you're not looking for, right? So I love that. I love that you shared that. You're just amazing. I'm so glad you're on here.
And just a quick add-on, those needs can change, and they do change from season to season. So, it's not that who your best friend was in middle school can't be your best friend now, but we go through different seasons and we need to surround ourselves with people who are kind of going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing. And it's not, changing the order of your best friends. It's just, it's a different season. And sometimes you get new friends because you're in a season, or you're that friend for somebody else who's going through that season. And it's okay. Change is like taxes is going to happen.
Oh my gosh, right? Oh, that's a good comparison. If you ignore it, you are going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's good. That's good. I wanna add something to that as well.
Yeah.
You know, I had a friend of mine that I was friends with for, oh gosh, since 19 years old,
Uh-huh.
and I lost her as a friend,
Mm.
oh, I would say 4 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, we were friends from 19 to 33, and it wasn't anything she did wrong, and it wasn't
Mhm.
anything I did wrong. We were just in different paths of our life.
Yep.
She had just had her first baby, she was in baby mode, and I was going through life, health issues, and I was moving, and I was growing a business.
Uh-huh.
And that's something that she wasn't, and it's just different. We just
Right.
shifted and changed, and I've gotta tell you, that was one of the hardest things I have ever experienced, was
Yeah,
letting
that
that friend
loss.
go. It was so hard. It was so and it hurts today, and, there's not a day that I don't send love to her, to be honest, because I love
Yeah.
her so much. But here's the thing, and the reason why I'm sharing that is because I wouldn't be the person that I am today, and she wouldn't be the person that she is today if we wouldn't have let each other go.
That's
Yeah,
that's profound.
yeah, it's hard,
Mhm.
but you can't grow if you're holding on to something that you're terrified to let go of.
Yep, very true.
And I think it's even harder when nobody did anything wrong, too. There's no blame, there's no anger, like, and I think that's one of the main reasons why women, we find a reason to be mad
Mm,
because and I've looked at this in so many different ways, like, we find a reason to argue so we don't have to like, we don't have that connection anymore, so then there's a reason instead
mm.
of just parting ways. It's so easy to be mad at it's easier to be mad at someone
It
and let them
is.
go than just to let them go.
Have you ever heard the expression, "If you love it, let it go," or "set it free"?
Mhm.
And what you both did was an act of love for each other. You valued each other so much that you were willing to put their need in front of your own and let them be the person that they needed to be at that particular time. It doesn't mean that you won't come back together at another point in time, but for this season, you have both given each other a gift of loving each other enough to allow each other to grow in the ways that you needed to grow. So don't feel
Yes,
bad about that at all.
you are correct, and I think that's beautifully said, Miss Christian, beautifully said. I just wanted to point out all of it because it is hard,
It
but
is.
it's not
There is grief,
impossible.
yes, and
Mhm.
honor that too. Don't stuff that grief down. Go through it because otherwise it will explode and it will be ugly.
Yes, most definitely, and, women, we can really hurt each other.
We're very skilled.
Yes, we are. We're words, you know that saying, "Sticks and stones may hurt me, but or sticks and stones may hurt, but
Break
words
my
will never hurt me,"
bones.
or yeah, break my
Yeah,
bones, but
that's a
yeah.
myth.
Oh, it's the
Fake
biggest
myth.
myth out there.
Mhm. Yeah,
Words can hurt so much more, so much more. So,
last
if you're
longer.
oh gosh, yes.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's enough heavy for a minute.
Okay,
Let's talk about something
done.
super fun.
All right.
This one's a really fun question, and I think you're gonna have a beautiful story with this one. I know you got excited about this when I shared it to you. What's the most ridiculous thing you did as a kid and got away with it?
All right. This is one of my favorite stories to share, and I thought I got away with it. I am sure as a parent now that I did not get away with it, but at the time, I thought my my fibbing skills were, of the top level. So when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, um, I brought home one of the neighbor's cats, okay? Big, sweet, big, fluffy, fat cat, and asked if I could keep it, you know? And my mom said, "Where did it come from?" And my answer, um, rather than say it was the neighbor's cat and I took it, um, I said that there was this car, I was walking down the side of the road and this car was driving by and he slowed down and he rolled down his window and he threw the cat out. And I heroically caught this cat midair, saving this cat's life in essence. And, um, I think about this now, like, what would I look like if I actually tried to catch a cat midair?
You would have been scratched up.
So I'm sure I did not get away with it, but to my mother's credit, she just said, "No, um, go put it outside." So so I'm sure I did not get away with it, but, I sure tried, and, I can get creative sometimes, in trying to get what I want, right? Like a lot of
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, for
And
sure,
so,
for
yeah,
sure.
that's my ridiculous story.
That is such a beautiful one, I love that. Have you always been a cat person?
Yeah, yeah. I have a shrine. I've collected figurines from all of my travels, and
Mhm,
so now I don't buy every single cat thing on earth that has ever been available. I am selective. I like it to have a
mhm.
story with it, but I do. I have built-ins on the side of my fireplace, and the whole left side is my collection of cat things.
No, I love that. No, I love that. We all have things that make us, bring us joy. Mine used to be frogs growing
Yeah.
up. I had a couple aunts of mine, they would collect these little frog people,
Oh, yeah.
and I had all these frogs. I think I only have 3 now because 'cause I'm like, "What am I gonna do with that?" But,
Right.
yeah, they were my thing. I had frog sheets and, frog little window hanger thingies
Nice.
and, like, oh, it was everything. I needed my prints way back then.
Yeah. Yeah, I am truly anything with fur, I is if they make it in my house, they're set for life.
Oh, I love that. All right. Well, we have come to the conclusion of our podcast. I'm going to ask one more question. I ask this to everybody that I interview, and Hannah does the same. So, the big question is, what does legacy mean to you?
Excellent question. And I really feel that the legacy is the quality of time that we spend with our family and our friends. And it's
Mm.
not the accolades, the awards, achievements, accomplishments, money. Um, when all is said and done, I want people to remember the time that I spent with them and how I made them feel.
Mm, that's good. I hadn't heard that answer yet. I hadn't heard
Awesome.
that one. That one was really good. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for interviewing. Again,
Thank
this is Go
you.
Getter Gals, where everyday gals grow together. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your year and just thank you.
Been an honor. Thank you so much. I love this. You are amazing. Go get
Thank
'em.
you. Go get them.
Get 'em.
You you are too, lovely lady, amazing inside and out.
Gals, thank you for listening to the Go Getter Gal podcast. All of the information for this episode can be found in the show notes. Make sure that you go and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as subscribe to us on YouTube. And to find the latest episodes of the Go Getter Gal podcast, you can visit our website at go-gettergals.com. See you next time.